All right, so I'm watching Batman Forever, and it's not great. I'm in the beginning of the fucking film, and Jesus Christ, I have notes, and I'm not gonna make this as long as the Jurassic Park, which was an hour and 15 minutes. An hour and 15 minutes, 15 minutes of me sitting in the fucking couch, just talking. No, I get why it has so low views, but well, everything I do has low views. But here's the thing, though: Tommy Lee Jones sucks. Jim Carrey sucks. But Tommy Lee Jones sucks more, and he is like, both of them are clowns. It might have worked if the Riddler was a clown, and that's how it should have been. Like, and Two-Face was a serious. That's the thing, you know. He's serious, you know. Right. Oh fuck! But God damn it, fuck you. But you know, that's the. But you know, Two-Face in The Dark Knight. He shouldn't have died though, but he is like that's a real Two-Face. I'm really proud of this hopper. It looks fucking great. Anyway, so what's up with that? And then the first you see Two-Face, the makeup looks terrible, and he's such a clown. Well, here's the note I made. Tommy Lee Jones' introduction sort of works for like 30 seconds when he's doing with the coin with the bank guy, which I hate, by the way, the bank guy. Oh no! And so that sort of works for 30 seconds, but the rest of the film, it's just terrible. Yeah, and then you see Nicole Kidman, which is hot in the film. She is, fuckable. It's maybe not PC, but she is, it's Nicole Kidman in the 90s. What do you want from it? But the her character, I'm horny. That's her character. She's horny. That's her character. So you have two villains that are clowns. That's the depth of their characters. And you have Nicole Kidman, the love interest, who is horny. But I kind of like when you see Two-Face with the whole security guard being clownish and everything. But you see the introduction, and then you see Nicole Kidman and Gordon, which isn't a character in the films, it doesn't matter. And then Batman sort of has this grappling thing. I think grappling. Anyway, he just into the crime scene. I like that. The lighting in the film, I fucking hate, by the way. The lighting is just too much. But I sort of like that. And throughout the film, Val Kilmer is good. Val Kilmer is a good Batman and a good Bruce Wayne. I think he doesn't get enough recognition for it. Not nearly. He was you know what? I'll say it. He was a great Batman in a sucky film. And even Joel Schumacher, the director of the film, he has made dark films, 8mm, have you seen that? With Nicolas Cage and Joaquin Phoenix. It's pretty dark, It's about, like, he's a private detective and there's a snuff film and everything. It's in the porn industry and a murder. It's dark. And then Joel Schumacher, I don't remember if he made this before. I think, I won't say, I don't know. But anyway, if it came before or after Batman Forever, it did show that Joel Schumacher could make dark films, right? And this is so, you know, the parts with Batman are dark. The parts with Batman are good, and the fucking butler, you know, Alfred, is good. The rest is just shit, and you know, they try to go into the psychology thing, and they do that with Bruce Wayne, you know, but Nicole Kidman being a shrink, being her whole character is she's horny. They had something interesting that, like, Bruce Wayne falling in love with a shrink. That's interesting, but they did nothing with it. And the music sucks, except for the theme. I don't particularly love the theme. No. If you don't, I'm been accused of being tone deaf. I'm good with brain-wise with music and recognizing things, but out of my mouth, I've been accused of not. So so that's all right, I guess. But the rest of it is, the in the beginning where Batman fights the henchman, Two-Face's henchman. They have this electrical gun or something, which the henchman like gets electrocuted, and he's like, and the music is so silly, and how does this not fucking suck balls, you know? Bad. Well, I'm Batman, and I like the Batman Forever. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck no, Batman. We're not doing a sketch. Who do you think I am? Nostalgia critic? No, the only thing in common I have with Nostalgia critic is his. I'm an alcoholic, and it ends with a C. Nostalgia critic ends with a C. That's what we have in common. And you won't see any dumbass sketches. I hate sketches. I just wanted to point that out. I hate fucking sketches. So that's not happening. What's up with the Statue of Liberty in Gotham? What's up with that? I hate the security guard. I hate him. Hey, what? I hate it. I fucking hate it. Okay, I hate Tommy Lee Jones. He's 10 minutes in. I fucking hate this performance. He's a good actor, you know? He's a really good actor. I don't think necessarily his performance in, what is it called in English? Fuck, with the Harrison Ford running away with a guy with no arm. Fugitive. I don't necessarily think his performance is like Oscar worthy in that film, but you know, several films, No Country for Old Men, he's a good actor, and what the hell is happening in this shit? Fuck this. Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber and Ace Ventura is hilarious. I love it. It's hilarious. Sort of in The Mask, but except from those three films, which was in the same year, incidentally, he, for me, is a bit too much. And sort of, I see him personally, like Jim Carrey, in interviews and everything, he seems for me sort of pretentious, and I should know because I was one. Maybe I still am, I don't know, but pretentious art student in Oslo. At least I was. But Jim Carrey, for me, I'm not like, and even in his more serious roles, I think he's no Robin Williams. Robin Williams, comedic wise, I'm not a huge comedy guy. So Robin Williams, comedically, I appreciate him, you know, for what he does and how talented he was. But for me, Robin Williams as a serious actor, was one of my favorite actors, is still one of my favorite actors as a serious actor. No Jim Carrey. Truman Show, though. Truman Show is one of my favorite films of all time. I love Truman Show. But no, Jim Carrey. The only I agreed. The only Jim Carrey said something once where I just clapped and smiled. I was 100% agreeing with him, and that is the first and last time. And that was when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, and Jim Carrey said like the Hollywood people did nothing. They just sat there, and when Will Smith, which I've never liked, by the way, never, ever. He's the bad Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is charming and everything, and he knows how to, be in interviews and talk shows and everything. And Will Smith is like, you can smell the stench of ego, narcissism. Anyway, and Jim Carrey just was completely honest about the whole thing, and I applaud that. Him calling out people in Hollywood. And when Will Smith accepted the Oscar, and he never said, "I'm sorry" to Chris Rock. He said he was sorry to all people in the, and he said that love makes you do crazy things. And I almost vomited when I saw that. And Jim Carrey said exactly what I thought. So that I agree with. But aside from that, I'm not a huge Jim Carrey fan. Not that he can fuck himself or anything. I'm just not my thing. So there's this scene where Bruce Wayne is talking to Edward Nygma before Edward Nygma becomes the Riddler, and I think is this the first time I see him as Bruce Wayne. I'm sort of having a problem focusing on this. Anyway, I think it's the first time. And he is a great Bruce Wayne. And he has a really good Batman. God damn it. Fuck, he did... maybe I kind of... I don't know. But he's up there with Michael Keaton, I think. He is really, really good. Did I spit? Anyway. It's a shame he's now, but what do you do? People die. Okay, and the whole Robin thing, Chris O'Donnell does a fine job, I guess. Sort of find him a bit annoying, actually. I don't know. It's like, for me, I always found Batman being alone the most interesting. I know there's a lot of Jesus. Nicole Kidman is woo. What? Seriously forgot. Yeah. For me, Robin has like kind of been. I love I have a comic. I have it in hardcover. Long Halloween and Dark Victory. Is that the sequel? I think I remember that being a good Robin story. I'm a casual reader, so I'm talking over the film because the film is bad. But the lighting is. But I'm curious how Batman having a Robin who is a kid, how that would work in films. We never seen that in real movies, not cartoons. And I'm like flirting with the idea of how would the Batman, my favorite Batman film, The Batman. Oh, this is so bad. How that would work with a kid Robin. But the Bat family, I've seen enough to like have an opinion on it, and I don't like it. I think it's stupid. But I'm not a comic book guy. I have comic books, but first and foremost, I'm a movie guy. But I am curious. As I said, I am curious about the dynamic between Batman and a Robin in a live action film. God damn it! It's this the whole mind, the stupid things they have on their head, and they can read their minds or whatever. It's so. Oh, only good thing about this film as of now is Batman. The only good thing, only fucking good thing is Batman and Bruce Wayne, Val Kilmer. I hate Jim Carrey in this. I hate Jim Carrey in this. I don't know who's worse, Jim Carrey or Tommy Lee Jones. I think maybe Tommy Lee Jones. Because what do you expect from Jim Carrey? Like, he's doing his thing in the prime, you know, when the mask, when first Ace Ventura on the Mask, and then in November, I believe, Dumb and Dumber came out. This is 1995, so he's on the top of his game. But I can't stand it. And I'm Mr. Positive when it comes to films. As I said in Game of Thrones, when I talked about Game of Thrones, season 8, I'm trying to see the positive in things. In films, not real life. Real life suck. I'm a borderline nihilist, so that's that's I'm I'm a full-blown misanthrope, I can say that. But nah, it doesn't matter. But in films, in art and everything, music, I try to see, in literature, I try to see the positive in things. What's the director like? There's I'm curious about seeing Batman and Robin again. Oh no, it's that scene. Batman just showing up in court. Just, oh, that's how Harvey Dent got figured. And you know, Harvey Dent is in the first Batman movie, 1989, played by Billy D. Williams. Everything is from the top of my head. All right, everything is about my knowledge about things. I don't read. I do read all the time, but not before I make videos. So that's, if things are wrong, it's wrong, but I never wrong. But anyway, I know I sort of, but I'm trying to see the positive in things, and I sort of hate all this. There's a couple of movies you just, you know, see 5 minutes of, and you just think, I hate this. Or there are movies like Narc. I talked about Narc from 2004 with Ray Liotta and Jason, whatever. A low budget film, great film. And those, in the first 5 minutes of that film, you are riveted. You are like, oh, okay, I'm on board. I'm on board with this film. First 5 minutes of this is like, I hate this. I'm not on board. I don't know if there's so much more to say. I don't want to make this video that long. I've covered everything. I'll watch the whole fucking film, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Like, it's the scene in the Dick Grayson, the thing, that scene, you know. And Tommy Lee Jones has a top hat with stupid shit on it, and the jacket, like, he is like split down the middle, and the side where it's fucked up is like he has some nails out, but like it looks so bad. And I'm thinking, like, is this Joel Schumacher's fault? Because you could see, okay, this I sort of like though. When Dick Grayson's family dies, you see it on Bruce Wayne. Like, I like that sort of, but is it Joel Schumacher's fault, the whole, because the costumes and everything about, you know, Harvey Dent Two-Face. He isn't Harvey Dent in this, it's just Two-Face. And when Tommy Lee Jones sees all these costumes and everything, how does he not think that this character is a clown? You know, if he played it straight, if he played the character serious, how would it look with the goofy the purples, like the side where it's fucked up, it looks so bad. It looks like purple. And you know the story. Everybody knows this story. The only comic I like is Norm Macdonald. I love Norm Macdonald, and I liked him before he died, even so too. So Norm Macdonald is a toilet comic for me. I don't like comics. I don't like stand up. But he had some sort of podcast. Like every time I took a shit, there was some. Doesn't matter though. Why did I start talking about him? I don't know. Whatever. So this is the story. I don't know. This is a story about Tommy Lee. There was this restaurant or something where Jim Carrey was, and Tommy Lee Jones met Jim Carrey for the first time or something, and they handshook or hugged or I don't know. But Tommy Lee Jones told Jim Carrey, like in his ear, like, "I can't stand your buffoonery." Which I sort of agree with that at some point, or some point I do agree with it. I'm not a huge Jim Carrey fan, but his performance in this film is like, hey dude, what the fuck are you saying? You're just as bad, or even maybe even worse than Jim Carrey in this, and it's. As I said, you expect that from Jim Carrey, but Tommy Lee Jones? Really? It's, why did I talk about Norm Macdonald? Comics, static comics. I don't remember. Doesn't matter though. Of course, Dick Grayson calls Alfred Al. And I see, like, are they the same age? Not Tim and Alfred, but even Bruce Wayne? It's like, oh, I'm an orphan. Well, you're 36. You're my age. Bruce Wayne is like 38. I don't know it. But it's hard, man, to be. All right. So there's another thing I kind of like, so I have to talk about it. Yeah. The flashbacks when his parents are dying and everything. I think they're well done. It's well done. Again, everything with Batman and Bruce Wayne is good. It's good. I nothing more to say, I think. Well, the visuals are good in the whole, looking back at parents dying and everything. It's good. But, so now it's the scene where, it's this scene where we're in Two-Face's, place, cave, whatever, headquarters, and Drew Barrymore is on the light side, so everything is white, like angel things, and the other thing is like red, and it's so goofy. And look at this, you have a complex character. Except from Joker, Two-Face is my favorite character in the whole Batman thing. It's like Anakin, only much better, not sucky, like. And I love it in The Long Halloween. I love his arc, and yeah, look at this. It's cool, right? And it just sucks in Batman Forever. It's only like 50 minutes in, and yeah, so it's 1 hour 10 minutes left, and with end credits, maybe 1 hour 5 minutes. It's not as awful as Avatar Way of Water, where I check my phone every 5 fucking minutes. That's true, though. That's true. I did. I watched it in a movie theater, and my now ex-girlfriend, she worked there, so we could see it without anyone, just me and her. No, that's not true. we saw the premiere, the day of the premiere, but early in the morning, early in the day. Like I like to do that because I don't like people. I'm no, I don't fuck people, right? But me and her, we were the only ones there in the theater, and I watched. I looked at my phone every 5 fucking minutes, and it's kind of the same here. I'm just filming myself talking because I don't like this film. I don't like this movie. I sort of hate the Riddler. I sort of hate Jim Carrey. And I hate Tommy Lee Jones. And Nicole Kidman is hot and sexy and fuckable, but not really because her character is nothing, just horny. Batman is good, but whoa, the action scenes are just, the lighting and everything is just, I oh, this is rough, all right? This is fucking rough. This is... Okay, I just want to... Okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna show you... okay, alright, man. Alright. So look at this. Look at this. What the fuck is this? As I said, like, if Tommy Lee Jones saw that costume and see that, like, that looks like my balls, you know, when I shave. And if he sees that, and how the fuck does he not give a schlocky, fucking terrible performance? Like the Joker, only not at all. Ugh. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's the scene where Alfred is seeing, like, Dick Grayson doing laundry or whatever. Oh, okay, so he's, you know, but you don't see enough of Dick Grayson to, like, connect with the character, and again, he's like 45, so... Fuck, I hate Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones in this. I hate them so much. I hate them. So I'm watching Batman Forever, so naturally I'm sitting on my phone and reading comments and everything. And I read, I gotta be honest, there's a lot of, oh God, I gotta be honest, there's sometimes I just like see on the bell thing that comments are like popping up, a lot of them. And I was like, not today. I don't want any bad comments today. I don't want it. So I had a few, right? So I did see the comments, and you know, the comments were great. It wasn't personal insults, so that's fine. Well, I'm not any better. I have a lot of personal insults in my videos, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, so I read the comments from both of them were, I don't remember, like, but say both of them were, it's shit. On because my point of the video was like, the season 8 wasn't that bad. And when people write comments, it's shit, and hey, I've done that myself. I'm not blaming you. But sometimes I think me too. It benefits us to try to think, why do we think it's shit, you know? So, to both of you who commented on my Game of Thrones video, I would appreciate if you would tell me why, and try to take on your analytic hat like I am trying to do. not that I'm saying that I succeed, but I'm trying, and I am curious. And also, if both of you can, I have a challenge for you, both of you. I'm not blaming you. This is just, I think this is fun. This is just fun. It's a stupid show, right? It's not The Wire, the greatest thing ever. So I'm challenging both of you to write 10 things, 10 things. I'm holding my phone with the other hand. So 10 things you like about season 8. Can you do that? 10 things you like about season 8. Or season 7, and season 7 perhaps. But try to challenge yourself, you know? And that was kind of the point of my video, because I'm like my father and him like not seeing, not growing up with YouTube and not criticizing things. He just sees it like what it is. And like, if you saw my whole video, I don't blame you if you didn't, but if you saw my whole video, try to be my father. Try to think that you are, at that point he was like 68 or something. He's 72 now. I am bad at math, so. But try to think that you are my father if you watch my video, my video. Like, if you haven't grown up with YouTube, with the environment where we're criticizing is a big thing. It wasn't before, you know. It wasn't before. Only critics criticized, but now everybody does. If you can come up with 10 things you like about it, and also like emphasize or elaborate why you don't like season 8, because I didn't say it was great. I didn't, not at all. But saying just saying it's shit, and again, I'm I do that myself in comment sections of other things. But yeah, try to be my father. Try to be like that generation, where you just buy it for what it is. You just, okay, this is what it is. That's what I'm trying to do when I see things that are like, I'm watching Batman Forever. It sucks. Like you said about the Game of Thrones video. But the positive thing about that film is Val Kilmer as Bruce Wayne and as Batman. That's great. He's great. And it stops with that. And I'm really trying to see the positive in things. So if I flip the coin and I have to come up with, you know what? If you come up with 10 things that you like about season 8 of Game of Thrones, I'll try my best to come up with, did I say 10 things? I hope I said 10. I had a few. But if you do that, I will try to come up with 10 things, 10 positive things about Batman Forever. One is Bruce Wayne Batman. Anyway, try to say something more and then, nah, it's shit, you know? But I don't blame you for doing that. This film is so bad. And also, like, I'm not accusing you of that, you two who commented. But I see a lot of this on the internet, and nowadays, sound like an old man, but nowadays it's like an overall consensus about things. Like, okay, so we all agree. Like, I love The Last Jedi. I know I lost a lot of you now, but I love The Last Jedi. And it feels like a lot of you has valid points, you know? I'm not gonna trash you for not liking the film. But there's a lot of people who it feels like there's a consensus that that film sucks. So we watch videos, YouTube videos, that just, you know when you watch videos where like that can be very cathartic some ways when you watch videos where that's exactly what I'm thinking, but that person said it in such a better way than I had in my mind thought, and that can be very cathartic. But when we do that too many times, I think we find ourselves in a bubble. That consensus, as I said, like that sucks. Like season 2 of Last of Us, and I've seen a lot of people making fun of Bella Ramsey's appearance, and I think that's despicable, absolutely despicable. And but as I myself can criticize her performance, I think her performance was really good in different when she really had to. There were scenes when Joel died and everything. She gave it her all, and it was good. But overall, her performance was a bit uneven. But I won't like get on the bandwagon and call her like or make fun of her appearance like in The Last Jedi's. Like we hate this film. It sucks. And there's a lot of people who says things like this sucks, and I'm seen a lot. I'm a very confrontational person, and people like say to me when I meet them, I was like, I don't like this, and I ask why, and they say something, say why, then I say to them, well, I'm stupid. Can you please say that with different words? So what I'm doing then is not, I'm kind of being, I don't know if I call it manipulative, but I'm like wanting them to say it in their own words. And a lot of people can't. They're thrown off with that question and I'm asking. And sometimes I have, like, if they explain, I said, I'm sorry, this is embarrassing. Can you explain that again, different words? And they're forced to explain or think, because we not only explain to people, people, we explain to ourselves, right? And that is what I'm thinking with, no, it sucks. It's like with your own thoughts. Try to, like, are you on the bandwagon what everybody else hates it, or are you thinking that yourself? I'm not blaming you two persons that commented for doing so, but that's my motivation of asking you if you can come up with 10 things that are positive. Yeah, I'm talked enough. All right, so Two-Face just, they tricked Batman into a thing, and Batman gone whatever, and they some gas and whatever, and the flames. So there was some flame. I hate this. So Batman was engorged with flames, but he had a cape that he pushed a button, and the cape became like T-1000 from Terminator 2. It had that texture and whatever. So he wasn't engulfed in flames. He wasn't burned alive. Anyway, so what positive thing? Positive thing. When he runs out of the flames, and he looks at Tom Lee Jones or Two-Face, Joker, Two-Face. There's flames in the background, and I kind of like that shot. Alright, so I need my glasses because I wrote down. Okay, so you need some context. This is the last thing I'm gonna film. because I said in the start that this is not going to be as long as Jurassic Park, but it's getting there. So this is the last thing. I'm not done with the movie, but I kind of hate the movie. I have nothing more to say than this sucks, right? But here's the context. I made a video where I said like, well, it was a decent amount of minutes. We're trying to, in the best way possible, again, off the top. It's never a script, it's off the top. And trying to, as best as I could at the moment, talk about how season 8 is not that bad. And I also talked about trying to see the positive in things, you know. Because I talked about my father and that generation where he grew up before YouTube. In my generation, 1989, but my teenage years, you know, YouTube. Early adults, young adults, YouTube. So I grew up with everybody is a critic now and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. Everybody should have an analytical mind. But as I pointed out in the Game of Thrones video I made, I had 2 comments where the one was, "Nah, it sucks," and the other one is "bad as fuck," something like that. And I made a response video where it's like, all right, but the point is, try to see more than that. Try to explain why, and also that we can, you know, in this environment, there's a bandwagon, you know. There's like, so we hate this film, and we tend to the danger of not thinking for ourselves, but thinking the same thing other people are saying on YouTube. I made a video before this commenting on reacting to the negative comments I got from the Game of Thrones video. So I talked about that. So but that's the context. And I said to those people in that video, responding to the Game of Thrones video, I said, try to find 10 things about season 8 that you like. It just, you know, being the devil's advocate, if you like. And while talking about that, I saw my own hypocrisy, because I am watching Batman Forever and I fucking hate it. And I recognize myself saying on and on and on again that this movie sucks. So I'm in the same boat. I'm not better. I'm just trying to recognize that element of us as human beings. Us three, the two people that commented on my Game of Thrones video, and myself. Them in the sense where they responded to the Game of Thrones season 8, and me with Batman Forever. So I wrote down to no, not 10, 11, because I thought some of them were kind of half-assed, so I wrote down 11. This is gonna be the last video, so if I find something positive after this, I'm done. Okay, so here's several of these I have stated already, but I challenged them to say 10 good things about Game of Thrones season 8. So I have to say 10 things at least about Batman Forever. So the first is Val Kilmer. I think Val Kilmer isn't good. He's great. He's a great Bruce Wayne. He's a great Batman. And I think if he got older, he could be sort of a Ben Affleck Batman. He's really good in that film. And there's a scene I talked about just recently where Tommy Lee Jones, doesn't gas or whatever. But there was fire and Batman didn't get burned up, so he ran out of the fire. And there was a shot of him running out of the fire that I liked. So that's two. Flashback scenes are great. And I hate the cinematography and over lighting and I hate it. But in the flashback scenes, pretty good. The introduction of Batman said in the beginning of the video, where he into the crime scene of the annoying bank man and everything is annoying, but that was cool. Alfred is great. I don't remember his name off the top, but Alfred is good. Yeah, scene. Did I talk about the scene with? Oh, fuck! I wrote the scene with the Batman on fire thing 2 times. Well, it's 11, so I guess it's 10. Psychology. I like the aspect of the psychology. That Batman falls in love with a psychologist, and they have their talk. And I think the character of Nicole Kidman sucks. She's just horny. But they have a scene that sort of goes into the psychology. He reads a Rorschach thing, you know, and he says, "Do you have a thing about bats?" And she says, "This is a Rorschach thing. So do you have a thing about bats?" I like that. Set design. It would be interesting to see that set design with all the Gotham thing and Gotham, you know, statues. I kind of like the statues and everything, but the lighting sucks. But the set design deserves credit. Oh yeah, when Riddler, I haven't gotten to it yet, but I remember it. When the Riddler gets some sort of laser in his face or what, you know, his makeup, I remember that. His makeup, he gets all that. That's good. If it's makeup or CG, I think it's makeup. That's good job. Good job. I feel like this is all right. So I like that the Riddler isn't dying. But what I'm actually saying is that I hate that everyone else is dying. Joker and the Penguin and Two-Face. So, but, you know, give me a break, all right? I'm trying here. Oh, yeah, there's a scene where Bruce Wayne is seeing this bat. And this bat is flying in the dark. I love that. That's really cool visual. And I also like that in this film, the Riddler and Two-Face, I don't know how they do that. Find out that it's Bruce Wayne because the film is so bad that I like. But I like that they know. That's different from Batman and Batman Returns. I love Batman Returns. I watch it every Christmas. So I like Batman 89. I love Batman Returns. And watching this, you know, Batman Returns is a Christmas movie, so I won't see it before December in a year. That's it, people. That's my thoughts on Batman, forever. First sip of beer, and literally my asshole goes like this. Like there's a little poop coming out of very warm lips. So if these lips were very warm, that's how it feels. First sip of fucking beer, you know. That's my burden in life.